You got this. You could do. I believe in Lamar Jackson. I believe in this team. I believe they could turn it around. What I don't want to happen, I don't want them to get rid of Lamar because they think he can't win a big one. It needs to go down the line. I don't care, Bashadi. If you got to get rid of EDC, you got to get rid of coordinators or whatever. Until it trickles down to, you know what? I see what the problem is. I don't want it to be Lamar. Because a lot of people even been saying that when the obvious problem been the guy we just got out, John Harbaugh. He's been the main culprit. Yeah, you could put some of it on Lamar for, not running as much and taking sacks. And I don't know what be going through his head on the field. But as soon as I start seeing him scrambling and running around, I'm like, oh man, we in trouble. I don't want to see that. I don't think no Ravens fan want to see that. Unless you got a wide open lane to just take off. But, Mr. Lamar Jackson, focus in. 0 win. Matter of fact, I don't even think I got to tell you. I think you know how important this year and the next 1 or 2 years going forward are very important. We got to get one in the next 2 years, bro. Before 2028. We in 2026 right now. Alright, I'll say before 2029, we got to get one. We have to, or, man, we going to have to really analyze this team and see who's the real problem. Even if it's more than one problem, we still got to hold people and players accountable. We got Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson on offense. That right there is enough to scare defensive backs. Not, just to have them on alert. And also the defense. Because the Ravens it's always been a defensive organization. That's how we won most of our Super Bowls. But I see that they still trying to go by that philosophy. And we just happen to end up with the best quarterback. You tell me that ain't no lucky team. But they got to take advantage of that. The problem is John Harbaugh was drafting players on the defense. Well, it wasn't him. It was EDC. But, John Harbaugh had his little 2 cents put in. And they wasn't getting the right defensive players. But they did hit on one, which was Kyle Hamilton. But this dude is so much out there, he getting nicked up and hurt like every season. Because he do so much. Man. We need a great safety, a great linebacker. Oh, and that's another thing. Speaking of linebackers, we should have never got rid of Patrick Queen and left Roquan Smith out there by himself. They had a great chemistry together. And anybody who think not need to go back and watch those games with Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith on the field together, stopping dudes, laying them down. And then y'all took Patrick Queen away from him and y'all wonder why he's bad right now. You took his partner away. You took Batman's Robin away from him. So, this is what you get out of Roquan Smith. And on top of that, going back to the offense, a lot of these games we lost was because the defense was just not able to contain the opposing team's offense. Like, we really got to fix this, man. And Tyler Loop, man. Matter of fact, I don't even want to speak on him right now. But let me just speak on the offense and the defense as a whole. We gotta get it together on both sides, or we're not gonna do nothing, and we're gonna have a great quarterback career wasted. Even though he got those MVPs and everything, we all know he want that chip. You ain't really solidified until you get that Super Bowl ring. We know that. As many great players that didn't get a Super Bowl ring but still great, I know it still haunts them deep down like, I wish I would have got that chip. We don't need Lamar put into that list of players who was great but never won the big one. Nah, he too special. He gotta get one. And I don't care, man. Ravens fans, they could sit back, they could blame whoever, but at the end of the day, when you think about it, man, you gotta really look at who the problem is and what the problem was and how it could be fixed, and give your opinions and make it public and loudly. Because man, if this continue on, man, I think Ravens fans should stop supporting the team, the organization altogether until things get fixed. But that's like last resort. We need to get rid of people first. Yeah, John Harbaugh was the first, but if we don't do good, if we don't even make it to the playoffs this year, we need to start looking at other people too. I know ain't nobody perfect, but we gotta get this done. Even if we gotta get rid of some people and bring new people in. And I heard that could be a hassle, but do not let Lamar Jackson's career go to waste. This would be the biggest disappointment probably in sports history of the greatest that never was. The great that never was. Mr. Lamar Jackson. I sit back, I watch all the other teams building up. Pardon me. I watch all the other teams building up, getting their teams together. A lot of teams is about to be going hard this year. We got to match up with that. As long as we got Lamar Jackson and a good offensive line, and a stand-up defense, some hard hitting, we need some nasty guys, some dudes that get real nasty out there. You know, John Harbaugh done watered this culture down so much, man. It's like we gotta bleed it and drain it out to get it back to what it was and what it should be. Like he messed this culture up so bad and got some of the wrong players. We got to do like a deep cleaning of this team and like basically start from scratch. But we could do it. It's possible. I ain't gonna put my money on us, making it to the top this year. But if we even get close to it, I don't want to accept it, but I'm gonna have to. But even if we get close to it, that would show that, yeah, we on to something. And we need to step it up the following year and chip away at it until we get there. Just like when we won that Super Bowl and 2012 and 2013, which is so long ago if you think about it in 2026. Wow. I remember that. But it felt like it was long ago. But then again, it don't feel that long, if that makes sense. But look, when we won that Super Bowl, prior to that, every year we kept on and kept on making it to the playoffs and getting closer. Even when Billy Cundiff missed that kick, we came back the following year with a new kicker and a whole new team. Well, not a whole new team, but we were still hungry and we made it to the top. Let's see if they could duplicate that this year. Even though we ain't make it to the playoffs last year, we had a field goal kicker miss the game-winning kick. Let's see if we could come back this year and get further. But Lamar Jackson, man, I want him to be him and be himself. use what got him here to the dance. Because if he do that, if he use what got him here, teams would be on alert again. Now they look at him like food on a plate. They like, oh, he's nothing. We could get to him now. Coaches look at him like, man, we could get to him easy. We don't got to worry about him like we had to earlier in his career. This team, the Baltimore Ravens, they need to stick together to protect him. I'm talking about everybody from the office, the coordinators, to the players. They need to protect him, and they need to want to win for him because they want to see him win. That's it. They need to go all out and put it all on the line. From the top to bottom. And that's mainly it. That's what I want to see. That's what the Ravens fans want to see. What the Ravens organization don't want to see is the organization losing money, fans not buying tickets like that, half empty stadiums. Because if it gets to a point where people start seeing that y'all not doing what's best for business to protect Lamar and get him weapons and get him to where he need to be, fans is gonna give up and check out, including me. And be like, man, they don't know what to do with a guy like him. I would hate to see him go somewhere else and win. I would hate to see him go somewhere else, period. But the win, ooh, that'd be bittersweet. That's why we need to lock him in and make sure he goes out with his legacy on top. And he could say he won a big one. Because, man, I'm telling you now, if Lamar Jackson win that big one of these days or one of these seasons, I think, man, a lot of people, even if they not Ravens fans, they gonna celebrate just for him because of how special he was and is. And all the scrutiny he got and everybody saying he should do this and do that and all the opinions. It'll show he overcame that, you know? But I just wanted to get that out the way and talk about it. This year is going to tell a lot of the Ravens organization, how much they changed, how much they stepped it up, and how hungry they are. So we'll see. And there'll be more videos coming with this Baltimore Ravens content as time goes on. So, there's been another episode. So, what I want y'all to do is click the like button, subscribe, share this video, and hopefully this video and message goes around and it starts to get around to the players on the Ravens. It might not, but you never know. But we need that chip for the third time. This is MVTV Procast with MV Pro. I'm out.